had a couple of questions about I can't say it. Now I'm thinking about it, I can't say it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kate. I do videos related to nutrition, fitness, and just overall health. I have a very exciting video for you today. We're gonna start things off with a Q&A. You guys left me lots of really good questions on my other video, so I'm gonna go through, gonna try to do all of those. Then I also have some other announcements sort of relating to my channel and other things I'm doing. And finally, we're gonna announce the giveaway winner. Yay! Okay, so I have about 64 questions to get through. You guys left me lots of good ones. I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna try to do them in some sort of order. How do people normally do this? Do they like write them all out and then kind of organize them, or should I just go through however? I think I'll try to do them kind of rapid fire style to start off with. If there's one that I want to talk a little bit more about, then I will dive a little bit deeper into that. A lot of these questions aren't really like personal things, they're more just like my opinion on things and my thoughts on this, and I was expecting a bit more juicy ones, but I guess that's good. I don't know if I'd want to answer more juicy ones. First one, what is your favorite exercise to do? Cycling and walking. I love walking. Those are my top two. What type of nuts will give you the most protein? I believe almonds have the most protein per gram. What other nuts do you like? Well, macadamias are my favorite. I like almonds. Brazil nuts are really good too. Oh, and there's another one I just tried. Pili nuts. They're like super low carb. Yeah, and I never heard of them before. I bought a pack off Keto Lane when I placed my order and when I got the stuff for the giveaway. They didn't really have like an outside kind of skin or shell on them. Maybe like a similar texture to like the inside of an almond, like they were a little bit softer. Those were really good too. I don't think there's a kind of nuts I don't like. I mean, I don't really like walnuts on their own. I'll put those on top of salads or just like mixed in with other nuts. Okay, I don't think you guys really want to hear me blab on anymore about nuts, so I'll go on to the next question. Do you track calories and macros? I do not. I use intuitive eating, so I kind of list on my body. If I'm hungry, then I'm eat. If I'm not hungry, then I might like do a fast or just wait a little bit later. I would suggest to anyone who is just sort of starting their health journey to track though, just because when you first go into it and you're coming off sort of the typical Western diet, if you've never really given a second thought to what you're eating, or even if you have, but you aren't really too familiar with like what has a lot of protein in it, what has a lot of carbs, what has a lot of fat, when you start tracking, it all just really becomes more clear. I had a couple of questions about intermittent fasting and my thoughts on it, if I do it, if I don't. Like I just mentioned, I do intuitive eating, but that being said, I do also try to do intermittent fasting every night. Generally, I aim to fast for about 16 hours, starting in the evening from when I have my last meal until the next morning when I have my first meal. If I wake up and I am really hungry and I just like really feel like I need something, then I will cut that a little bit shorter. But pretty much I always do at least 12 hours. I try to stop eating like 2 or 3 hours before I go to bed latest. I feel like I can sleep better that way. My body isn't trying to digest food. I actually saw your comments, and the video I did before this is a what I eat in a day where I do a pretty long fast. So if you haven't watched that yet, check that one out. Our bodies are meant to be in 2 different states. We're either in a fed state or we're in a fasting state. In today's society, where it is normal to have a midnight snack, where people need to get up early, have breakfast before they go to work, we are just not spending enough time in that fasted state. There are numerous benefits. It improves your brain function, it reduces inflammation, and it also just gives your digestive organs a break. Anyways, this is turning into a ramble, but I am a big advocate for IF, and this leads into another question I got that is, do you drink bulletproof coffee while you're fasting? So first off, I don't really drink coffee. I'm weird. I don't like coffee. I'm a morning person. I love mornings. I wake up and I jump out of bed. Yeah, I'm weird. I do make bulletproof drinks though. Quick point, if you aren't sure what a bulletproof coffee or a bulletproof drink is, it's pretty much coffee with like some sort of fat in it. The really basic one will have like a tablespoon of coconut oil and a tablespoon of grass-fed butter. You blend that up with your freshly brewed coffee and it makes it frothy and delicious, and it is packed with good fats and MCTs, all that good stuff. But the question was, do I have bulletproof drinks while I'm fasting? And I do this, and I have been doing this for a while. So if I'm trying to do my 16-hour fast and like I'm not gonna have my first meal of the day until 11, I will usually have a bulletproof drink at like 9 or 10. Even though it does technically break your fast whenever you ingest anything and your body has to start to metabolize it, most of the benefits of intermittent fasting come from your insulin levels being low. Insulin doesn't get spiked by fat. I wouldn't be too concerned about having a bulletproof coffee and it breaking your fast. It's not going to spike your insulin. You're still gonna get a lot of those benefits. Whew. This is gonna take a while to get through these if I keep going on like this. How do you deal with cooking for others who don't have a similar diet approach? I don't really cook for too many other people, mostly just for my boyfriend, and he will eat whatever I give him, so most of the time he's eating pretty low carb with me. I would say that if the people you are cooking for don't really follow any specific diet, you should make the most delicious recipe that falls in line with how you eat, so that they can see how amazing it is. Because a lot of people, yeah, they'll be like, oh, you don't eat bread. Oh, you don't eat pasta. Oh, you don't have sweets. Oh, and I'm just like, yeah, there's alternatives to all these things. I make a cauliflower pizza. I'm really not deprived. I really enjoy the food I'm eating, and if you can just show that to other people that, yeah, I'm eating healthy, and yeah, it's delicious, and yeah, it's not that hard, I think that is the best approach. Not being like pushy or anything, but show them how you're eating and show them that it's great. I have a question here from Holly. It says, I'd really like to know about your skincare routine because you always seem to be glowing. Okay, Holly, here's the secret. There's a selfie setting on my camera and it kind of like smooths your skin and just makes you look amazing. I would say that is my skincare routine, because other than that, I am very, very lazy. I mean, I'll use like a moisturizer on my face every morning, and other than that, I wash my face when I'm in the shower, and I do take my makeup off before I go to bed, but that is pretty much all I do. What is your favorite low carb meal? Well, pretty much everything I eat is low carb, so I'm trying to think of my favorite. I really like doing bowls, like sushi bowls, any sort of nourish bowl with like a bunch of veggies, bunch of protein, drowned in olive oil. That's my jam. That's what I have for lunch most days. Oh, and breakfast foods. I just love breakfast, and I love that I can have pretty much all the eggs, all the avocado that I want every morning, or like midday whenever I'm breaking my fast. Anything breakfast, anything eggs. Oh my god. Oh, also smoothies. Okay, I have so many. Sorry, I couldn't pick just one. Ooh, okay, this is kind of a juicy one. Tori asked, what is your opinion on vegetarian/vegan lifestyles? I am all for them from an ethical point of view. I think that factory farming is absolutely terrible. I do not support that at all. I do buy like free range pastured eggs. I try to buy all my meat from the butcher that's like local to my area. Yeah, from an ethical point of view, I think that it's fantastic. That being said though, I do not fully agree with it from a nutritional point of view. I think a lot of the big scare campaigns you see out there where they're saying that like red meat is a, what do they say, like class 3 carcinogen, or claims like that are used to push a different agenda. And I really think that if we were just talking in terms of health, that veganism especially is not optimal. Oh, I hope I don't get a lot of hate for this. Anyways, I 100% do not agree with the whole high carb, low fat vegan diet where they're saying like avoid all cooking oil, fat is bad. It's definitely not the high carb vegans. I do not think that is great. If someone's doing veganism in like a whole foods way, then that's a lot better. But I still think oftentimes it is pretty low in fat and really high in carbs. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say on that. Do you cook much with ghee, and what are your thoughts about it compared to grass-fed butter? I do use ghee sometimes. I use grass-fed butter a lot more, and even more than grass-fed butter, I use coconut oil when I'm cooking. Ghee is good if you are lactose intolerant. I think butter tastes better in cooking, so that would be why I would use butter instead of ghee, but I do cook with ghee sometimes. Ghee actually has more MCTs in it than butter. I like ghee. I use both, yeah, just depending. What inspired you to start a YouTube channel was another question I had. I had a couple questions kind of relating to this about like how hard is it to be a YouTuber was another one, and some tips for new YouTubers. The reason I started my channel was because I was trying out all these healthy recipes, mostly like dessert recipes. Yeah, I was making some really good stuff, if I do say so myself. And I thought, I'm spending all this time like tweaking these recipes, I want to share them. So that's originally why I started. And when I first started, I was terrified of showing my face on camera. I was like, no, it's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna be one of those YouTube channels where you only see the people's hands like preparing the food. And I think I posted maybe like 10, 12 videos like that, a bunch of different recipes. Even so nervous to just like talk, to hear my voice. Now I am so used to hearing my voice on camera, it doesn't even sound weird at all. But that first time when I was trying to record audio, holy moly, I was just like, I thought I sounded so stupid. It gets easier. Obviously, I'm not great at it, but I'm for sure more comfortable talking to the camera like this. Anyways, is it hard to be a YouTuber? I mean, obviously I just mentioned it is hard talking to the camera at first, especially if you're pretty introverted like me. Other than that, I would say the hardest part is it's very time consuming. You need to plan everything out, you need to stick to a schedule, you need to get things filmed. Editing takes quite some time. I really do enjoy editing though, so I'm not complaining about that, but yeah, it's time consuming. If you're one of those big YouTubers who's getting like hundreds of thousands of views on every video, you're making the AdSense money, you're doing the sponsored videos, it's your full-time job. I think it's a bit easier because it is your job, you're actually making money so you can justify spending more time on it. For someone like me who is making no money on this channel, again, not complaining, I really do enjoy making these videos. It's just hard to justify spending so much time like this. I've been filming for 45 minutes just rambling at the camera. It's a little bit tough when you're not making any money off of it. I get to talk to so many awesome people in the comments. So many of you guys follow me on Instagram as well, and I talk to you all the time there too. It's really rewarding, but not paying the bills. On that note, if you guys would like to support me, you know I mention my iHerb code all the time, and I genuinely love iHerb. I spend a good deal of time looking through the products and I get so excited when it comes. But if you guys use that code, I get 5% off my next order, you get 5% off. So if you want to support me, you can shop with that code. Also, if there's anything in any of my videos that you like, not all, but some of the links that I post in my description box, those are connected to Amazon affiliates. I do make a very, very small commission if you buy something off Amazon through those links. I'm grateful if you choose to shop through them. If not, no worries, you do you. First and foremost, I only really do recommend things that I love. I link everything in the description box. No one's sponsoring me. I just hit 1,000 subscribers, so anything I talk about is bought from my own pocket. I am really being really genuine when I say I love something and when I do those favorite videos, and yeah, I hope that comes across. There are a couple YouTubers who I like, who I follow, and they'll always throw out in their video like, oh, this isn't sponsored. And it's like, okay, maybe this video isn't sponsored, but you clearly are sponsored by this brand. Yeah, I just want to be really transparent, so I'm not sponsored. Hopefully, if my channel continues to grow, somebody will want to sponsor me. In which case, I will, yeah, I just want to be fully transparent. I will let you guys know, 100% right off the bat, no tricking you guys. What am I doing? Okay. And my tips for new YouTubers, just get started. There is never going to be a perfect time if you keep waiting and waiting and being like, oh, I don't have a camera, whatever other excuses you have. You will never post anything. Just start filming and you learn as you go. Some of my videos have such bad lighting filming, and I have like the window in the background, and I'm like, oh, that looks so bad, but I filmed this whole video. So you just learn from it. Now I know that you should film facing the window or by a ring light. It's just a learning experience. You get better and better, I think, every time. Another thing I can say is that keywords are so important. I'm still working on this. I didn't realize how important it was to like tag your videos properly and stuff, and it is pretty tricky to like figure out. I have one video that's a bedtime yoga video, and I really don't think it is my best work. I mean, it's a good yoga routine. I don't look great in it, and like my hairs, I have like these baby hairs going every direction, and it's just, I'm not a big fan of it. That video, for some reason, 3 weeks ago, just started getting 1,000 views a day. All my other videos have 100, maybe 200, maybe 300 views, and this video is up to, I think, like 27,000 views, just because I somehow got these keywords right, and I'm like, okay, I'll take it. How long did it take you to completely cut out the unhealthy food? I'm having a hard time, she says. I talk about this in my other video, which is my health and fitness journey, so you can watch that for a little bit more in depth. Pretty much I did it cold turkey though. At the start of 2017, I was just eating whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and Max and I, my boyfriend, we did a bike ride all the way from Adelaide to Melbourne, so it was over 1,000 kilometers. Took us like 7 or 8 days, I think. Carried all of our stuff on our bike. I was in pretty good shape. I'm in better shape now, but my nutrition was just non-existent, and it really showed during that ride. After that, I just felt so bad, and it was like, okay, you did this amazing athletic performance, you rode so far, and I was just like, I just do not feel good. And I started doing more research into it, watching a lot of documentaries about how bad sugar is, and that pretty much sold me. I was just like, nah, not doing any refined sugar, no more processed foods, got rid of everything that I had that fell in those categories. You really have to get it out of your house. If it's not there, you aren't going to use it. That being said, I think I am someone who does better when I cut things out completely. There is a whole different group of people who can do things in moderation. If I have one piece of chocolate, I need to eat the whole bar. Like, it's just game over. I have healthy alternatives, like there is healthy chocolate, things like that. I think you really just need to commit to it. You need to prepare. If you go to work every day and you end up buying fast food for lunch, just really prepare. Bring your lunch with you. Who are some of your favorite YouTubers? Favorite one is Georgie Stevenson. I don't know if you guys ever feel like this, but there are some YouTubers that when I'm watching them, I just feel like I'm hanging out with a friend. And Georgie Stevenson is one of them. Another one of my favorites is Ruth May. She's like super into keto, and she's really good to watch. What made you want to move to Australia? And someone asked me what made me want to move to Adelaide. My boyfriend's Australian, from Adelaide. Yeah, we have kind of been back and forth between Canada and Australia the last few years, but now Australia is looking like it's gonna be more long-term. So yeah, that's what brought me here. And Brielle also asked, do you enjoy it more than your previous home? Pros and cons. I mean, I really think it takes leaving where you're from to appreciate it and to miss it. Am I really doing this? I really, like, my battery's gonna die again. I can't get sat down. I do miss Canada. I mean, do I like it better? There's good and there's bad. Okay, don't take that the wrong way. I love Australia. Is it absolutely necessary to have a pre-workout meal? Pre-workout meal, absolutely not necessary. I work out fasted all the time. I actually feel better when I work out fasted. That being said, a lot of people who do more weight training do find they perform better when they do eat beforehand. The whole myth that you need to have something in your stomach before working out, no. Okay, a couple questions about keeping motivated. The thing about motivation is it comes and it goes, and that's just natural. Sometimes you're gonna wake up, you're gonna be so motivated to eat healthy, you are going to be so keen to work out. Other days you are not gonna wanna do anything but like just lie around and eat garbage. I really think it comes down to the habits that you create. So when you are really motivated, use this as a chance to start building these habits. Make sure that your eating's on point that day. Make sure you get your workout in, all that good stuff. And then the next day, same thing. Be like, okay, I did so good yesterday. I don't want that to go to waste. I am gonna do everything right today. And just keep sort of going forward like that. I talked about intermittent fasting before, so if you are gonna try to stop eating at 7 p.m. every night, you're not gonna eat after that, then stick to that. If you are someone who needs to snack while you're watching TV at night, but you're trying to stop that, just be like, no, I said I was gonna stop at 7 o'clock and I am going to stop at 7 o'clock. It's really tough the first few times, but if you just do it a couple times, it gets easier and easier, and then you've started to build that habit. Then the motivation comes a little bit easier just because you've kind of worked it into your routine. You're kind of more used to it. Okay, this is an interesting one. What kind of physical activity would you suggest to a visually impaired person? I would just say walking, like walking, hiking, things like that. Honestly, I think walking is the best form of exercise. Low impact, anyone can do it. You can do it anywhere. You can do it every day. Okay, I had someone else ask, when did you start the low carb lifestyle? Did you start it for weight loss or for what reason? I didn't start it for weight loss. I started it because I didn't feel great. As I mentioned before, like my athletic performance was suffering. I felt like crap the way I was eating. Like I was doing everything right. Like they say you're supposed to have like a big bowl of oatmeal, all these with like raisins, banana, all those like high sugar things in it beforehand to give you that quick energy. Yeah, it gives you that energy for like an hour and then you totally crash. I really did not feel good eating a high carb diet, so it all just kind of fell into place. Like originally I first just cut out refined sugar and processed food. And okay, so I have a couple things to tell you guys about. The first is that I have launched a health coaching business. So if you guys have any other questions or are struggling with anything and you'd be interested in some coaching, head over to my website. It should be live by the time this goes up. The initial call is free, so if you guys just want to learn a little bit more about what I can offer to you, yeah, you can schedule in that first call. Also on my website, I have posted some free resources. So there's like a low carb shopping list that also has the net carbs for everything. And there's just like a basic food guide of what things to eat and what things you should try to avoid. So if you want to download those, head over to my website as well. Okay, and now let's get into the good stuff, like who won the giveaway? I ran this giveaway on both Instagram and YouTube, so it might be a winner from YouTube or it might be a winner from Instagram. We'll have to see. Okay, the winner is... Thank you to everyone who entered. I hope to do more of these giveaways in the future, so please stick around. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.